Hi, I'm Frankie.
And I'm Rosa.
And this is
Conbini Cult.
Yay! Welcome to another episode. Thank you for coming back on the pod. Miss Rosa, how you doing today?
Really good. I'm glad you're having me again.
Hopefully the people feel the same way, or we're going to vote you off the island. No,
we're going to have to get a new one. We got options.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people on the podcast eventually, but you're my bestie. I know your schedule, so you're forced to be here. No, I'm just kidding.
She controls my schedule. Help.
She's here on her own free will.
Blink twice if you need help.
No, stop blinking. No, cut the cameras.
I'm kidding. She's great.
If you didn't want to be here, you wouldn't. So.
No.
But you also have some good ideas for topics too. But this one was my idea.
It's Frankie's idea.
Yeah. I want to talk about living in Tokyo versus Osaka, or just the general Kansai area.
Is this perhaps a heated rivalry?
This is going to be a heated battle, but spoiler alert, so both of us love living in Kansai.
Yeah, we're biased.
We're biased towards Kansai.
Yeah.
So if you love Tokyo, that's no problem. We're happy to hear your opinions, your arguments about why you like Tokyo more, just as long as you're not insulting us.
Yeah.
With some happy banter.
Mm-hmm. We're not going to insult Tokyo.
Yeah. No, we don't hate Tokyo. We just don't want to live there.
Yeah, that's very different from hating. Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah. Not a full-time hater. I just would prefer to stay where I am.
It's a side gig, hating. It's like a part-time hating.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get into those reasons.
Yeah.
What are your qualifications? How long have you been in Kansai?
I'm not as qualified as you because I didn't live. I visited Tokyo for like 2 months when I first arrived.
Oh, okay.
So I stayed there for like a few months. But
were you working at that time?
No, just full tourist.
Okay.
So that's why I don't think
that's a bit different, yeah.
That's why I don't think I'm qualified to. I don't have an opinion on living there because I never lived there.
I'm not the most qualified person ever either, but I did spend my first 2 years in Tokyo. It was like 2 years and 3 months. And I was working full-time. And then I moved to Kansai in 2019 and have been here since then. So yeah, going on 7 years in Kansai.
But that's enough time to form an opinion. Mm-hmm. Like I've only lived in Kansai and I've been here 6 years. Mm-hmm. So do I wish I lived somewhere else? No.
But we go to Tokyo, not all the time, but like a bunch of times for work.
It's
every
enough.
now and then.
It's more than enough.
Yeah, I enjoy it while I'm there, but I'm also happy to go home.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Exactly. Okay, so we're going to talk about some general stats about, how many people are living in Tokyo, what the average salaries are, average rents and all that stuff, and then go through some of the differences and then the good and bad points about each places. So, of course, as we're going through that, we're going to have some anecdotes. Yeah. I'm sure. There's always an anecdote.
Always. So, like, the population of Osaka, the metro population is 14 million, and there's 317 foreigners, which is only 3.6%.
317,000.
Oh, what did I say?
You said 317.
Oh, okay. Start over.
There's a little more than that.
That's too little. It's just me and you and
all
300,
will be about
300 people. Start over. Okay. So Osaka, 14 million people live here, and there's 317,000 foreigners. That's around 3.6% of Osaka population. And then
that's still a good amount. And then in Tokyo, in the Tokyo metropolitan area, there's 37 million people with 700,000 plus foreigners, so around 5% of the population.
37 million people.
That's a lot of people in Tokyo.
That's twice the population here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the second city.
More than twice.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then foreigners is, oof.
Yeah, but it's understandable. And we'll talk about that as we go along.
Okay, so for those that don't know, so Tokyo was formerly Edo. So it's been the capital for a while, right?
But the original capitals were in Kansai.
Yeah.
In Nara.
That's true, Nara.
Osaka. Was Kyoto ever a capital? History buffs are angrily typing right now.
Please educate us
sorry.
if we need it. So samurai government and capital under the shogunate at the time. So now it's still just the capital, and that's, where the emperor lives and all that stuff, because we don't have a shogunate anymore.
And then historically, Osaka was Japan's commercial center and trading hub. So it was like a merchant city. Makes sense because the ports and stuff.
We're still kind of that way, I guess.
Yeah, Osaka is an eccentric place, so it makes sense.
And port cities usually have like that relationship with different
like
countries.
international vibe.
Kind of like Kobe.
And Yokohama.
Yeah.
Kanto side. But yeah, so let's get into some of the differences. I think the main thing that you often hear about is the dialect.
Oh, yeah, that's number one.
Yeah, because in Tokyo, they'll speak hyojungo, standard Japanese, and they have their own slang and stuff like いいじゃん, like whatever, jyan.
Like, what else? There's too many. Ookini.
Well, that's Kansai.
Yeah, that's Kansai.
On our side, it's Kansai-ben or Osaka-ben. Yeah, thank you. Ookini. Although I usually only hear maybe like older people say that.
Yeah, like
or like eccentric young people.
Yeah, I barely ever heard. But they say maji de a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody
Or
does.
yabai. Yabai too.
And
Or
then,
akan.
yeah, akan, like instead of dame,
Yeah.
akan.
Akan.
And instead of e, it's a. So like a de,
Shanai. Like that kind of stuff.
like enjao.
Wait, don't they have a different word for McDonald's? Like we say makuto.
I think in Tokyo it's mak.
Mak.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's
Like, we're
okay.
judging already.
It's okay. We're not eating there anyway. So anyway, the dialect. And a lot of people will say that especially ladies in the Kansai area sound really cute with Kansai-ben. It's a very appealing thing.
Yeah, not as cute as like Fukuoka one. I think Fukuoka has the cutest one. Everybody said that. Fukuoka compared to like Osaka.
Well, one of our old coworkers is from Fukuoka, right?
Yes, she is. So maybe I should ask her the difference next time I see her.
Well, she speaks English. Maybe we can bring her on
Oh, actually, that's a great idea.
if she's willing to speak publicly to millions of people. I'm just kidding.
Our millions of viewers.
A few hundred people, not millions. Hey, someday.
Someday. So, no, yeah, she lives in Kobe, so she can come.
Yeah, we can have her talk about Fukuoka and Kyushu stuff. But yeah, another big difference is also how friendly and open people are.
Yeah, but back, like, that comes in hand with, like, the Kansai, like, dialect and, like, the comedy
Yeah,
that we're known for.
Because the Kansai dialect is very casual. I mean, there are some intonation differences too, but I'm not fluent enough to be able to show the difference in intonation. We would need a Japanese person for that. My husband's not here today, so we can't ask him to demonstrate.
Our Kansai experts
Yes.
are not here. But, like, in media, it's really portrayed, like, the funny guy is always using, like, Kansai-ben.
Yeah.
Or the thug character, like the Yankee character. Because the Kansai-ben is just so fun to, like, curse. And
Yeah, and then Shrek also uses Kansai-ben.
Shrek! We gotta put an example of Shrek, like, using Kansai-ben.
Yeah, I think I could put a little one.
そうなんや。一人でやれんの?
おもろいな. Anyway, yeah. So how about let's talk money.
Oh,
Where is the money?
that's why we're here, right? In Osaka.
No, it's not only that, but the cost of living is cheaper
That's a big one for
in
me.
Osaka.
I mean, that's mostly why I left my country, because it's just so expensive to live in the States. I guess, okay, compared to Tokyo.
Compared to Tokyo, Osaka is more affordable. As far as average salaries go, so the average monthly salary in Tokyo is about 398,000 a month. Is that for everybody or foreigners?
I feel like that's the average for everybody.
I thought it was a bit higher. Maybe it's gone down.
It's not going up.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So, like, then for Osaka, the average is like 302,000. So that's not a lot more or a lot less either, but, you know, it's something. I feel like the average foreigner also gets paid that much. Maybe a little less.
Maybe a little less, depending on the job. I mean, if you're teaching, it's probably not
Could be like 25
more than
won.
that. Yeah, maybe 250,000. When I was living in Tokyo and teaching English full-time, at most of the jobs, the salary was 270,000 a month.
Oh.
That's before all the taxes and insurance and stuff is taken out. And then when I moved to Osaka, I was working maybe like 30 hours a week or something. So it wasn't full-time anymore. So it might have been like 240 or something.
It's enough to survive, but yeah, every little bit counts. So rent for like a one-bedroom apartment in Tokyo is like $1,500, which is like...
So in yen, it's 238,000 yen a month for rent? For a one-bedroom? That's the average?
Yes.
Oh my God. For me, when I was living in Tokyo, I had a studio in Koenji. It was maybe 15 minutes on foot from the station. So for some people, I don't know, maybe that's too far. Because if anything is under 10 minutes walk to the station, it's more expensive. And then once you get to like 15, 20, 25 minutes, it gets cheaper. But Koenji is a really popular neighborhood and it's just becoming more and more popular. So I feel like you're not going to find 65,000 a month rent like that anymore.
No. Like, for example, Osaka, I live now, it's like 70,000. And
But you're not in Osaka City.
no, I'm like, I guess the boonies, like where like people live, like what do you
More
call it?
suburban.
Suburban, yeah, like the suburban area.
Yeah. Also, when I had my own apartment in, again, northern Osaka, it was not Osaka City, but that was 73,000 yen a month for a 2-bedroom.
That's not
I
bad.
feel like that's a really good deal.
For 2 bedrooms, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, same with Osaka and Tokyo. The more central you are to the city and like the business districts, and in our case, like Umeda and that kind of stuff, of course, it would be more expensive. And then the further you get from the city center, rent gets a bit cheaper. But yeah, those were just averages. But overall, yeah, I think it is cheaper to live in Kansai and there's less people.
And that was just like the city living. Like it's not even about like the boonies. Like if you're living in the countryside, it's way cheaper. Or it should be. But in Tokyo, you basically cannot live in the boonies. Or you just have to live like really far. Like you have to commute like an hour and a half to your job.
There's a lot of people in maybe Saitama or Chiba that commute into Tokyo for work.
Or sometimes from Yokohama.
Yeah. Like over an hour commute, hour and a half commutes.
That's like my
Or
nightmare. To have to commute in like a Tokyo train in the morning.
Yeah, we'll talk more about rush hour later. Because unfortunately, I do have experience going to work in a rush hour. The memories. But let's get into a little bit of sports rivalries. This is not my forte. I don't really know about sports at all.
Yeah, everything I know is just what people tell me because I used to teach adults and they were really into.
Okay.
So like if you know the Osaka team is the Hanshin Tigers. And then I don't know how to say this, like the Tokyo team.
Yomiuri Giants.
Yomiuri Giants. So we can just say like Tigers and Giants.
Yeah, the Tigers and the Giants. I do know that when the Tigers won the, what do you call the baseball championship? It's not the World Cup. That's football. What is it?
Something league.
When the baseball team won the thing that you win, people were jumping in the Dotonbori in the canal.
Do they jump in Tokyo?
Sometimes in Tokyo, I don't think so.
For the Giants?
I feel like they'd be a little more reserved.
That's why we're known for our passion here.
That's why I think Osaka is a bit like Philly in some senses, because like the sports
The
fans
Philly
are
parallels.
crazy.
That's true. Didn't they toss like that Colonel Sanders statue into the river?
Dotonbori.
But this is like in the 90s when like the Hanshin Tigers like won really big. So now it's still there, and they say that if you find him, you like find luck.
That's the One Piece. It's Colonel Sanders.
Maybe the One Piece wasn't the friends we made along the way. It was Colonel Sanders at the Dotonbori River.
Canal.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know anything about the Giants though. I just know that we have beef with them. I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know there's a theme park called Yomiuri Land.
Oh.
And they have a good illumination in the winter. That's all I know.
Perhaps we should go.
Yeah. So if you say Yomiuri, I will think Yomiuri Land, not Yomiuri Giants.
Let's change that.
Okay. Then on the escalator.
Oh, that's a big one.
So people in Kanto stand on the left, walk up the right side, but it's the opposite in Kansai. For most of Kansai,
Yes.
you stand on the right and people walk up the left.
Yeah.
But in Kyoto, it's like Tokyo.
I don't know.
It's confusing. But I think everybody is confused, so people just go with the way. Like whoever does it first, everyone's gonna follow them.
Because maybe there are people from Tokyo visiting or people from Kyoto, but
You get off the Shinkansen, you're like, where am I? And then just
what really
go
gets
with
my
the flow.
goat is that it's only Kyoto that does that. So the rest of Kansai stands on the left, right?
Yeah.
And goes up the right, but it's only Kyoto. And then I always forget. And then I get there and I look silly. It's like Kyoto is like that annoying cousin that like lived in France for a year and they're back and they're like, I'm too good. I'm not from these parts anymore. I'm Paris. That's how Kyoto is. But we love them.
Yeah, we love visiting Kyoto.
Yeah. I was there yesterday.
Visiting.
I was there yesterday.
How was it?
Crowded.
Yeah, we're almost, so we're recording this mid-March. I think this episode will probably go up sometime in April. But we're approaching cherry blossom season. It's going to get crazy.
Just the weather is too good to not come to this country right now because it's like really nice weather to walk around.
Enjoy it before summer starts.
Yeah, especially Osaka. But Kyoto is still cold. Colder than Osaka.
Oh, I take back my slander. I gotta go.
That's why they're different. They do things differently there.
Yeah, well, Kyoto is a basin, so it gets hotter there and then colder in the winter because the temperature just sticks.
That's true. Science.
But anywho, let's talk food.
Yes. Oh, okay. So one of the foods there, like udon. So here we use, I guess, most of Kansai. Not Mia though. That was different. But yeah, most of Kansai, they use like clear broth. And then Tokyo will use like a soy sauce kind of like broth. So it's a little darker. So what is it that the Osaka say? Oh, they say it looks like a sauce soup.
Okay. Is that a bad thing?
Sounds good
as
to
a sauce
me.
lover myself, it's okay.
I like dashi as much as the next person, but sometimes maybe some little soy. So I'll give that to Tokyo. That's pretty good.
Okay. We're not keeping score though.
No.
Because we don't want to know. We don't want to know the results. We're gonna love Kansai no matter what.
There's no winners or losers. Just depends on what you like.
Yeah.
What else they got?
The mochi styles are different. I know for the I've seen it with the sakura mochi. Like the shape is totally different. Kansai has the round one, and then Kanto has square.
I never really noticed. Have you checked?
No, but to be fair, I'm not really seeking out the mochi.
That's true.
that often. The mochi seeks me.
Yeah, it will find you when it needs to. And usually you're eating dango, which is already round.
They're always round, so
Yeah, there must be all kinds of mochi that we're not eating that are squared. But next time I'll keep an eye out because I didn't know this.
I think it's more particular with the sakura mochi because I know for sure that looks different. The shape is different.
That's true. I thought that was just a seasonal thing, but it might be regional.
It is seasonal and regional.
Oh, we gotta get into the regional battles some other time.
That's for another day.
Yeah, some other time. Yeah, the next thing is like, so everybody, I think we have like the cabbage pancakes wars in Japan. Like a lot of people say like the Hiroshima okonomiyaki is better than the Osaka one, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been to Hiroshima to try it.
Oh, you've never had Hiroshima yaki?
No, but maybe I can find it in Osaka somewhere, but
I think so. Personally, I prefer the Osaka style where the okonomiyaki is mixed together. But this is a discussion about Tokyo, not Hiroshima.
This is not a regional fight.
Hiroshima is for another day.
Yeah, so they have, in Tokyo, they have monjayaki, which I think a lot of people don't know about monjayaki.
Yeah, it's kind of, you have like a hot plate in front of you and everything just kind of gets, thrown onto the plate and you eat it right off the, what do you call it, the grill?
Yeah, just right off. I would say it doesn't look that appetizing.
It's not pretty,
Yeah,
but it is really good.
Yeah.
I gotta give them that one.
I do like that one.
Yeah.
A little more than okonomiyaki. I'm sorry.
When I
Just a
first
little
moved to Japan and I had tried okonomiyaki and then visited Kansai for the first time on a 3-day weekend, I was like, this stuff is amazing. It's my favorite Japanese food. But I ate it too much.
As we do.
And we don't have monjayaki that often.
No.
So, yeah, if I had the opportunity to eat it, I'd be like, we're eating good tonight.
Yeah, there's not that many places to find it, but like many Osaka locals like jokingly call it like baby food because of the way it looks.
I think that's a nice way to put it than other things I've heard about it.
Just from the way it looks. Because they also have like the ink one. You know, the one that they use like the squid ink or the octopus
I've never
ink.
seen that one.
It's pretty good. It's like a seafood one if you're into that. But it does look, before you cook it, it looks very interesting.
I like it though. Oh, and apparently Osaka has larger portions than Tokyo.
I feel like that's true.
I never really thought about it too much.
Well, I guess in every restaurant they would have omori regardless. Like if you ask for it. But I noticed like okonomiyaki is quite big here. Like takoyaki is quite, I mean, you can choose the sizes, but it's quite generous.
That's true. I also made a note about, I don't know why I didn't check that it was in the food area, but Osaka obachan.
Okay, so that's the next thing. Yeah. Regardless, like food topics finished.
Now, Osaka obachan is like a type of older lady that you'll see in Osaka. They would have a perm and they love animal print.
They're very outspoken.
Fun, outspoken, eccentric older ladies.
I mean, I feel like I never met an older lady that I didn't like here. Like, they're pretty nice to talk to. And they will actually say good morning and like try to talk to you.
Yeah, a lot of people are very friendly.
Sometimes too friendly. Because I had this incident, like I'm in the onsen. It's a vulnerable place to be.
You're naked.
Yeah.
You're naked.
I'm kind of there and like there's this like, obviously I'm like in spa world. This is like before I got my tattoos. So I was allowed in the onsens. So I'm in spa world and I'm with like my friend Amanda and we're just like, kind of shy because it's our first time. And there's this obachan and she's like, do you want to try like the cold bath? And I was like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for the big leagues. But she like dunked me. Like she like baptized me. She grabbed my shoulders and she's like, kimochi da yo. And it just dunked the shit out of me into this cold bath. And I'm like screeching because if you know me, I don't like...
Including your head?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
She did not hold back. She's like, boom. That's why I was baptized. Because I was like, all of me. She's like, no, you have to get in all the way. She's like, it's the only way. And she's like, kimochi desho. I'm like, I'm dead. I like ran to the hot bath. That was my introduction to obachan. Did you have one like
No, but I'm just thinking about the cold bath. I'm not on the level of enjoying a cold bath.
maybe in the summer?
Lukewarm is better. I don't like the freezing cold bath. But my husband loves it. He loves to go in the sauna and then dunk in the cold bath.
They swear it's healthy. I don't know.
Can't that give you a heart attack?
Well, your body can paralyze. Like I told you, like even a little bit of cold. But you know, it's you don't need to swim in a bath, so it's fine.
Arctic plungers, let us know your reasons why you like it.
Your body's supposed to paralyze when you touch water that's too cold, but maybe they have mastered the art of dunking into cold bodies of water.
Yeah, I'm not on that level, and I think I'm okay.
Do you need to be? Especially the older we get, the colder, like, the resistance is not as strong as it used to be.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into some good things about Tokyo, maybe some not so good things, and then also for Osaka as well.
I feel like when people think of Tokyo, they're like, well, I gotta get a job there.
Yep.
The company headquarters, like all the company headquarters are there, like Uniqlo, what is that, SoftBank.
A lot of headquarters are there. And then if you're looking for jobs, of course, because there's so many people in Tokyo, the most job opportunities are going to be there as well.
Yes. Yeah, like I'm job hunting because...
What? I'm just kidding. I know.
Well, this is temporary employment, but I'm job hunting. So I really want an IT job someday because I want to get into that field. And I've been teaching for like 5 years, right? So I just really want to try something new, but I'm rusty. You know, but every time I try to find a job, it's like, go to Tokyo. Yeah, Rakuten is in Tokyo. Like, this company's in Tokyo. Like, can you move to Tokyo? No! Leave me alone! Ah! Akira! Oh my gosh. Every time. So I feel like that's the best thing about there. And they have like a lot of English support and English training, even language training. I was looking at this listing. It's like, oh, we'll train you in English and we'll also teach you Japanese. I'm like, why don't you be...
What if it was a temporary thing? If you had to go to Tokyo for a year or two and then you could work remotely?
That would be nice. Or if I had to do flex, like I have to be there sometimes, but they need to pay for all that. Because I don't want to like commute, like pay the commuting for that. So expensive, the Shinkansen. But yeah, like job seeking. How did you feel about job seeking, Frankie, when you were living there?
I mean, I was only teaching, so you can find a teaching job.
Oh, those are everywhere.
Anywhere. But as far as being a content creator goes, I do feel like there's a lot of opportunities for Kanto Tokyo side creators. But I also do feel like it is an advantage that I am in a different area because I have easier access to Kyushu or Okayama, Hiroshima.
We're kind of in the middle.
Yeah, Osaka is really central to the whole country. So Tokyo does have good access to a lot of places like Tohoku. You can take the Tohoku Shinkansen. Yeah, so there's, good points for transportation about each place.
That's true.
But yeah, there are definitely a lot of things in Tokyo. But I also get sent to Tokyo a lot for jobs.
So you might as well just live where you want.
Even just, pop-up events sometimes. Yeah, I think sometimes they don't check my profile to see that I live in Kansai because they're
just like, we need you.
We need you for this event next week. That's 4 hours. And I'm like, are you going to pay the Shinkansen?
Did you check?
Yeah.
But usually they do check, right?
But yeah. And a lot of times they do send me there. So, yay.
That's what they want. Gotta give them the best from Kansai. Send our best. What's the next thing? I feel like you have the most experience with that one.
Yeah, so when it comes to things like shopping, concerts, limited merch drops, or pop-up shops and cafes and stuff, sometimes it's only in Tokyo.
It's so depressing.
Bad Bunny was only in Tokyo. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Even
to reopen that wound.
Even though we wanted to go, like we were going to go. We were planning. We were watching.
We would have gone to Tokyo for it had it been open to anybody to buy tickets.
But it was like a Spotify exclusive.
Yeah, invite only for his top listeners in Japan.
Like I knew people that got to go. It just wasn't me. But it's okay. I wouldn't have wanted to go without you. Anyway, it's fine.
I mean, a lot of artists come to Osaka too. But BTS, for example,
they're coming.
Their world tour is going to start up. I think by the time this gets uploaded, I will have already gone to the concert, but they might add more Japan dates next year, but for 2026, it was only Tokyo. So I got to go to Tokyo in April for that.
I mean, I thought I wasn't going to be able to afford that because I'm like, we're going to Bad Bunny. Like, what can I afford? But we didn't go to Bad Bunny. And I'm not going to BTS either. So it is what it is.
It was a lottery for the tickets. And the only ticket I won in the fan club lottery was a VIP ticket. And for that, you could either get one or two. But if you get a second ticket, you needed to put the information, like the fan club membership information of the second person because they're checking IDs.
Yeah, and I didn't get a fan club membership. I thought about it, but I was like, I didn't. So maybe next year I'll go.
When they come to Osaka, hopefully I still have luck when it comes to concert lotteries.
Manifest that. Manifest them to come to Osaka.
And there's a lot of stores like the JoJo World is only in Tokyo.
Maybe that's a good thing because
that's true. Then
otherwise,
we're going to buy stuff all the time. Every time there's a new drop.
Because, you want your character on your shirt or whatever you want. But good thing we like a lot of characters. So it's not that big of a deal.
But it was fun when we went to that store. But in a way, it's a good thing we don't live near it. Safer for the wallet.
Yeah, it feels more special when you go there and you're like, oh, I have to get this because it's the only time I can. Whereas if I lived here, I would probably hold out because it's not cheap.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I had to take a quick break because my stomach was going crazy. I needed a snack.
Frankie's hungry, guys.
Don't let me get hangry. But yeah, I just kind of forget to eat sometimes. Like, I'm so busy.
You're not a breakfast person.
Yeah.
She'll drink like 2 coffees, but she won't eat anything.
Yeah, and then suddenly it's like 5 p.m. and I'm like,
I believe yogurt is not a breakfast. I'm sorry.
That's true. I did eat yogurt, but that's not a... So yeah.
I knew it.
Just grabbed a little snack. But we're back.
Back to food.
So speaking of food, apparently Tokyo has more Michelin star restaurants than any other city in the world.
Yeah.
If you care about the Michelin man's opinions.
The tire man. No, but like I feel like they have more like Michelin French restaurants in Japan than in France itself.
Probably.
So if that tells you anything, then yeah. But aren't they like kind of crowded?
Well, I feel like a lot of places in Tokyo are crowded. It's good to make a reservation if you can. Kind of the stereotype about people in Osaka is that they're impatient, so they don't want to wait in a line. But you'll see lots of lines in Tokyo for cafes, bakeries, restaurants.
I'm impatient. I can't do these lines. I really can't.
Yeah. But people in Osaka do line up for noodles. Like at an udon restaurant or something.
No, it's really fast to get in, right?
That's true. People eat quickly, so it's not bad. And Tokyo's often considered the most international city in Japan. Makes sense.
Well, they have Roppongi and like all those businessmen that come in. They mostly live in Tokyo. So like if you're a banker or one of those finance people, you're going to live in Roppongi. You're going to be. Even engineering, I feel. Because like for engineering, they'll like send you out to do work. I don't know, whatever type of engineering you're doing. But yeah.
Yeah. And then Tokyo has a lot of variety of foods. So a lot of foreign foods as well. So I know every time we go to Tokyo, we have our go-to places. Yeah. We got to get Chicago pizza, buffalo wings, burrito bowls. Yes. Like it's harder to find that stuff here.
Yeah. If they had Chipotle, it's over. I would just, we got to go
there. If Tokyo gets a Chipotle, it's okay. We got Chipotle at home.
That's true. We can make it. But yeah, no, like I wouldn't switch sides, but I would be like, maybe I should go a little more often. Yeah. So I do like the variety. Like they do have like the Cuban sandwich guy there.
Yeah, we still need to go see him. They have the Philly cheesesteak place.
Oh, who could forget?
Come to Osaka, please.
We're begging.
We need you.
We're at a deficit with food. Like we're supposed to be the world's kitchen, so
Japan's kitchen.
I say world's kitchen. We're supposed to be Japan's kitchen, but we're missing the foreign touch.
Yeah. So then on the not so good side of things, overpopulation.
40 million people.
It's really, really crowded in Tokyo. And you see that especially on the trains. Yeah. Which we'll mention a little later. But what is this quote?
Oh, Japan's population vacuum.
Who said that? Tokyo's snatching up everybody.
No, because they're trying desperately to get people to move out of Tokyo. They're like, we'll pay you to move. Yes. Please don't come here. But
it's where the work is.
Yeah, they'll like pay you to move to like Shiba or something. Just, to spread people out. But I feel like people who live in the countryside, they think about moving. They're like, where should I go?
Tokyo.
It's like the first thing they think of. So Like, there's so many cities, right? They have Fukuoka, you have Osaka, you have Kyoto, you have all these
Kobe.
things. There's options, guys.
Nagoya. For those who like Nagoya.
Nagoya. I don't know. I know a few people that like Nagoya.
Yeah, there's some good things in Nagoya.
Yeah.
We'll do a Nagoya episode eventually and talk to somebody who's from that area.
Yeah, and actually likes living there. So,
Yeah, if you don't know, people say Nagoya is notoriously boring.
yeah. I wouldn't
No comment
disagree.
Save your comments for the episode.
You're absolutely right. I don't know. I never lived there, so who am I to judge? So yeah, that's a problem. So Japan's like population, and then the size of Tokyo, right, is quite big.
Yeah, it's huge.
So for me, I'm directionally challenged. Everybody knows this about me. I'm like Zoro from One Piece. Even with a map, I'm gonna get lost, and the trains are so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm okay navigating, but I also had moved from New York. New York is, well, walking on the street in New York, it's easy to navigate because New York is a grid. But the trains in New York can be very confusing because they're always doing construction. And then all of a sudden this line is not going to this station. And then late at night it stops and then you need to take a shuttle bus or something. So that's really crazy. But in Tokyo, I feel like there are many train lines. It can get a bit confusing trying to find the right exit out of the station. But generally it's pretty easy to follow. For me.
When you're in Shibuya station and your friend is like, meet me at exit AB. And you're like, I'm never going to find it. Never going to find it. Exactly. But yeah, as far as like transportation goes, they're doing a good job considering.
Yeah, I mean, things are flowing. There are occasionally train delays. Oh. So anybody who's going to say, like, the conductor will do 3 backflips and apologize to you personally if it's 5 seconds late.
3 backflips and dogeza. They don't have time for that.
No.
They have to apologize constantly.
But if the train is late, you can get, I think it's called a jyan shomesho, like a certificate of lateness if you're late to work or something, so you don't get penalized for that.
Yeah, because you did say 2 minutes make a difference if you're making a transfer.
Exactly, if you miss your transfer. So when I was living and working in Tokyo, I had to get those all the time.
Seriously?
Yeah, but I feel like it was at least once a week.
It like takes time to get them.
If there is a delay, one of the train staff will be at the gates just handing them out like Halloween candy.
As they should.
Nom nom.
Pay me what I deserve.
Yeah, but speaking of trains and working and stuff, rush hour in Tokyo is insane.
That's my nightmare.
Have you ever been on the train during rush hour?
Not in Tokyo, but in Osaka, which is enough for me. But like when they're squishing you, oh my God, she's getting war flashbacks.
I'm getting flashbacks. Being packed like a sardine in the train.
They really will push you.
There's no other way to get on the train. You need to push the crowd of people. So you have to, it's like sink or swim. You need to develop the skill to, when the people are on the train, you get in with your back to the people, you hold on to the top and push yourself in there. If you don't do that, you're not getting on the train.
That's crazy.
But it really sucks to be in the middle with when you can't reach any of the hand thingies.
Because they have the train pushers, right?
Yeah, at some stations, they do have the staff that push people into the trains too so that the doors can close. And yeah, being packed in like that is really...
That's so stressful. But I never had to do the thing where like I put my back and squeeze in.
Oh, I hate it, but you're going to miss your train if you don't do it. And you think, oh, I can wait till the next one. But the next one is still just as crowded, so...
That happened to me here when there was a delay. And I waited for 2 trains and it was not getting less crowded, so I had to get crushed.
Yeah. The last job that I had in Tokyo, so the one I had previous to that, I started at 8 a.m., so the commute wasn't that bad. But the last one I had, I started at 9, and I was going from Koenji to Omotesando, so I had to transfer in Shinjuku and Harajuku. And part of that was on the Yamanote line. Oh, it was so... There was one time where I had... My purse was like a crossbody bag. And the strap broke because I was trying to, make my way out of the train. But it's just so crowded.
Oh, my God.
And yeah, my purse just snapped.
No. And you tend to faint too, right? So
yeah. Being on the train at rush hour for me is horrible. I've never... The jobs that I've had in Osaka, I haven't had to commute during rush hour times. Although when I went to language school part-time for 3 months, we started at 9:15 and it was close to Honmachi Station. So it was busy, but not on the level of Tokyo.
Yeah, like I feel like I've been in rush hour in Osaka, but it's never been to that level. But like I feel like the one time that I was like in rush hour in Osaka, like I had a little bit of a panic attack one time because it was just too much. And I had to get off the train.
I'm surprised I never fainted during that because I have fainted on a train in New York and also in Osaka.
But not during rush hour.
Not during rush hour.
That's true.
So I had space to
at least you know they'll
kind
catch you.
of crouch down on the floor. Well, I know when I'm going to faint, so I have to get low to the ground so I don't fall.
But if you're sardined, you can't move. You'll just...
Yeah.
They'll be like, what is wrong with this lady? Sleeping
Like, why is she sleeping? Get off of me.
That's not it.
I fainted.
No.
I don't want to go back to that.
We can't.
No.
Don't let her. Yeah, I think I also not used to the trains because in Florida, we didn't have no trains or anything. So this is all new to me. So I still get lost. But like one thing about Tokyo people, like sometimes their face looks very static, looks very
Emotionless.
unhappy. That gets to me.
People just look like they're very overworked.
You can tell they're stressed.
Yeah. Like I feel bad.
Yeah, I feel like
that
bad
you
for them.
look so exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times you see like people are whimsical when they're drunk.
Oh, yeah. It's every time after work. They're very happy. But when going to work or coming from work, And I feel bad for them because it's like, I know you're stressed for real, though. Because they work so hard. So I wish, like, we have more, like, whimsy and, like, happiness. But it's just me smiling like a dummy. Like, walking around.
How dare you? How dare you smile like that?
They're probably mad at me. They're like, you have joy and I don't. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, I feel like it's not really like that in Osaka.
No.
Like the work culture is similar, I'm sure, with people working too much overtime.
They definitely overwork here too. It's not just a Tokyo thing, but
Yeah.
I feel like people try to...
Lighten the mood
more.
more.
They try to find it within... But I guess like if you live in like a big city, it might be soul-sucking.
I feel if I'm in Tokyo for too long, I feel pretty drained.
Yep. Yeah, and my wallet's drained too.
That too. So I'm happy to go home.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of good things in Tokyo, but yeah, I'm always relieved when I get back here. I'm like, my people.
Finally, it's over.
So how about some good things about Osaka?
Good old town. So we're done with the big T. So like, well, number one is comedy here. Like that's where all the comedians come from, right?
Yeah.
But have you been to a comedy show?
No, but that's because I think Japanese comedy is not my preferred. Because as Americans, we see a lot of stand-up and stuff, but for Japanese comedy, it's more slapstick and like skit-based.
It's a cultural divide because I think like I wouldn't get the references. Like being able to understand a joke, you need to like understand the cultural references, the TV
That's
references.
True. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that it's unfunny. I think I'm just not the target audience for it.
Just like when we try to be funny with something with Japanese
maybe
people,
it's not funny to them.
they might not get the reference.
It's okay. We have different tastes.
Yeah, not all bad.
Yeah.
And then what did we say? Oh, so Osaka, we talked about Osaka being Japan's kitchen. So that's like a huge thing here. I mean, we already had our little food section,
discussion.
but
Enough said.
That's one of the good things about here, the food.
Yeah, the food's good. What have we got? Okonomiyaki, takoyaki, kushikatsu, gogoichi.
Yes. It's very good. So yeah, one of the phrases they always say is like, what is this? Kui daore?
Oh.
Eat until you go broke.
Eat till you drop?
Yes, but you know, and I feel like you don't go broke because it's really, affordable.
Go on a street food tour. You still have money?
Well, I guess if you're eating teppanyaki every day,
Kobe beef
every
day.
Then you will go broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, generally food is cheaper here unless you're going to the place in Dotonbori that's charging tourists double for a bowl of ramen.
But they're charging everybody or just tourists?
No, I think on the Japanese menu, because it's a touch screen where you order. So if you order it in Japanese, it's maybe 1,500 for the ramen. But then if you switch it to English, it's 3,000 for a bowl of ramen.
1,500 for a bowl of ramen is still a lot.
That is true.
It should
you
be
get it for a lot less.
Yeah, like 1,100 or even 900 or 800 if you know where to look. So that's crazy.
I just like how Osaka in general seems more friendly and laid back. And maybe some people don't like that. Maybe they think they're too nosy. Because you often hear that Osaka people will be like, just soon after meeting you, they're like, so how much is your rent? Like that kind of stuff.
Oh, no, not the rent. But no, like you said, it's a good fit for foreigners. Because like sometimes Americans be telling their business like on the first meet. and
oversharing.
And I'm one of those people too. Like, I'm not gonna tell my deepest, darkest secret, but like, you know, they're gonna ask me like about family stuff. I might open up about that on the first meet because I don't see a problem with that. But I guess here it's a big deal to like share.
Yeah, it depends who you talk to, but I guess generally people are more reserved.
But I feel like Europeans are a little bit like that too.
Yeah, it depends on the country. The more northern countries tend to be more cold, stereotypically.
Yeah, no, I was sharing something like, I mean, I had a few drinks, so that's why. But I was talking to this guy, I think he was from Germany, and I was telling him like my life story. I don't know why. I just was. Then I was delving into my past, and he's like, whoa, you don't need to tell me that. I was like, I was so shocked. I'm like, you're not interested in my amazing tale? But that's what I understood. Cultural divide. Not everybody wants to hear your life story, so that's okay. That's probably how they're here too.
Oh, do you think that the foreign population in Tokyo versus Osaka, do you think the foreigners who live here are also more laid back?
Wow, I never
Controversial question.
I never thought about it. I mean, you have a lot of friends in Tokyo. Like, I don't have,
that is true.
I don't have any friends in Tokyo, besides the friends that are mutual now. But
Yeah, I wouldn't say that my Tokyo friends are uptight.
no. Well, I feel like they might be more stressed out, for sure.
That is true.
Because the work pressure is way higher. That's part of why I don't want to go work there, because I know I'm going to be stressed. But
That's true. I also hear that Osaka is a really good place for startup companies.
Yes.
There's a lot of startups here.
But now the price is going up for that, so it's quite hard. But no, I don't think there's much of a difference, because in the core, we're still like foreigners. And it depends on the, you know, they have so many. They have Nepal, like they have Europeans, they have Americans. But I would think that the only thing that's changing is really their stress level.
That is true. That's a good point.
But otherwise, in their core, I feel like Osaka people and Tokyo people are really different, though, if you think about it, even though they're Japanese.
That is true. It's a totally different world over here. Do you have any other good things to say before we move on to the few, like,
We didn't.
kind of not good things? But it's really not that bad.
It's not that bad. Okay, with Osaka, I feel like there's a lot of like prefectures and areas that you haven't been that are really good to look at. Not that Tokyo doesn't have that around them.
You mean access?
Yeah, like going to Fukui and like going to Nagano, like those areas are really nice. Maybe I had to explore up there a little more before I make that decision. But
I think for Nagano, it's easier from Tokyo.
yeah, it's harder for me to go explore outside of Tokyo in that area. But yeah, we have a lot of good like things to see here. So I feel like whoever lives here, it's hard for them to leave once you
That is
discover.
true. Well, I do have one friend. I would like to talk to her in the future. She started in Kansai.
Oh,
And then now she lives in Tokyo, and she's been in Tokyo for a while. So I want to know why. Why did you leave Kansai?
it's gotta be job related.
Maybe.
Maybe temperature
see.
wise. So then, okay, the bad things about Osaka, there's not many, but there's some.
Some would say.
So, okay, so temperature during summer and winter. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it is a bit hotter, like muggier here.
For some reason, I don't know.
But I don't know. It's not like it's significantly better in Tokyo. It's still really humid.
Well, for
there
example, like 2 years ago, Hirakata was the hottest city in all of Japan.
Really?
Yeah,
Hirakata?
Hirakata.
In Osaka.
Yeah,
In
like
northern part of Osaka.
They always rank the summer, which is like the hottest city that year, and it was Hirakata.
Oh my gosh.
That's how hot Osaka got.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
I am too, because it's like it's coming. I'm like, don't summer's coming. So we're like, yeah, I guess a lot of people might not know, but it gets like the humid here is like unbearable, because it's not like a dry humid or like a windy humid. It's just like an oven, like a hot oven. That's what it feels like. So I'm not looking forward to that. And then the winter, what do you think of this winter, this Osaka winter?
It's hard to say this winter because it's freezing, and then the next day it's 17 degrees and you're sweating.
That was crazy this winter.
But I don't think there's a huge temperature difference between Osaka and Tokyo.
But one of the things you complain about is that it does not snow here, but it'll snow in Kyoto, for example.
Yeah, Osaka doesn't get snow. Although, I mean, it doesn't really stick in Kyoto or Tokyo either.
Only like northern Kyoto. But at least like you'll get like one white day. Whereas we just get like a wet
Maybe
day.
just the morning. In just a few hours.
We remember like, was it maybe 3 years ago, it snowed like a little bit overnight. I was like slipping and sliding down that sidewalk for like a few hours. I needed like that cartoon sound Like, I almost fell. But yeah. But that's like the only thing that I can think of for Osaka for like weather-wise. Maybe the grittier neighborhoods. So like, I don't know if you guys know about Nishinari.
It's close to Shinsekai, right?
Yeah, it's like walking distance from Shizuoka, but it's like a day laborer district. And like it has a lot of bad rep because like a lot of like the lower income people live there, and it's mostly like older men who are maybe like divorced or they're like lost their job early. So they're trying to find work where they can, because I guess when you get to a certain age, it's harder to find a job. So this area has like a bad rep about it, but it's still safer than most places.
Like the most dangerous neighborhood in Osaka, but it's really not that dramatic.
I don't even think there's that much, like crime is much higher there. Crime is higher.
Wasn't it in the 80s?
Yeah, that was like the 90s, but that was during like the riots, like working riots.
Oh.
So that's different. But like Kabukicho and like maybe Dotonbori have more crime than Nishinari, I feel. Just because that's where people are. This is like hotspots where people are going to like commit crimes. But nobody's going to Nishinari. Let me steal from this old guy. Why?
So if you had to move to Tokyo, how would you feel?
I would mourn for the loss of what I knew. Because once you had it good, why fix it when it's not broke?
Exactly.
No offense.
I don't want to go back. You can't make me.
They're gonna like sandwich you into the tuna train.
No.
That's like your personal hell.
I don't want to be the tuna melt. No.
We only want to eat the tuna melt, not be the tuna melt.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you feel if they're like, well, we're moving to Tokyo, you and your husband?
It's hard to imagine because I know we don't have to because we have our own company, so we can do what we want.
Yeah, you can move where you want.
We want to stay where we are. But if for some reason I really had to move there, I would, probably cry a bit and then make the best of it, I guess.
I would move too, because what am I going to do? Might as well. But yeah, no, that's sad, because as you get older, people are moving. Who knows, maybe in the future, other friends are going to move there. We already had Jyan leave us.
Yeah, but she didn't go to Tokyo.
Thank
luckily.
We were dreading that. That would have been the good scenario for her. I mean, for their family and money and stuff.
That's true, because his family is there, and they have I think she has friends in Tokyo too, so it wouldn't have been a bad thing. But they did like Osaka though.
The countryside is not bad, you know.
Where they're living, it's going to be nice.
So yeah, I wish them luck.
So to end the episode, we have a bonus story for anybody who made it to the end.
Yes.
Just something frustrating that happened to us in Tokyo kind of recently.
Yeah. So after you get off the Shinkansen, you're always going to be hungry, right? So,
yeah, we got off at Shinagawa Station, and there's Guzman y Gomez there.
Yeah.
Not the best burrito bowls ever, but like it's at Shinagawa Station, and
it's something.
It's good.
It's something to eat. So we're getting in there, and we're like, okay, we're going to grab our seat first, and then we're going to order our food.
Yeah, because it's like a food court area. There's a bunch of different restaurants there, and then there's a few community tables that have a bunch of seats, and then there's a bunch of private tables as well. But if it's really busy, you kind of have to walk around and see who's getting ready to leave so you can grab a seat.
And that's really annoying when you're holding on to suitcases, which we were. So we're really looking, we're like, oh, look, like 4 people just left. 4 people. So there's like 4 spots. So I'm thinking, okay, you sit across me. But, you know, Frankie's like, let's gun it. So I hurry and I go towards the back and like I put my stuff down. And then you flank me, you go to the front, and then you sit down. So I'm just looking at Frankie. I'm about to say something. When the lady next to you, what did she say?
Oh, no, she was across from me.
Oh.
And she had a tray, and she was like, oh, my friend is going to sit there.
Yeah, she was trying to tell you.
Yeah. And before we could even respond to her, the friend comes out of nowhere and like slams her tray on the table and is like, this is my spot.
Yeah. She's like, actually, I'm sitting here. And I was like,
okay.
Mind you, there's nothing on the table indicating that she is sitting there.
That's true, because in Japan, people tend to leave, whether it be like their bag or a towel or
a tissue paper.
Anything on the table.
A tissue paper would work.
But there was nothing there. The table and the seat was empty, so we
wrongly assumed.
Well, I would say rightfully assumed, because there was nothing there. We were assuming that nobody was sitting there. But then she slammed her tray on the table and was like, it's my spot.
I lost it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. We were all responding in Japanese, but I was like, well, actually, there was nothing here.
There was nothing here.
So how would I know, bitch? I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say bitch, but that's what my tone was saying.
Yeah. There was nothing there. How are we going to know somebody's sitting here? And then it was just like, why are you so rude? And I'm like, it's not rude. I was sitting here. Okay.
If I wasn't so pissed and I had more vocabulary to be like, you could have said that in a nice way, I would have. Because then I turned to her friend and I'm like, your friend is rude. Get your friend. She's like, chigao. No, not chigao. She's like, no, she's not. I'm like, she was rude to my face. So I was like, you know what? Let's get out of here before I beat this lady
find
up.
Another seat. Before you catch these Tokyo hands.
They're gonna catch these Osaka hands, okay? Like, we were at Tokyo hands. They're gonna get like the Kansai side. Because these hands are ready to eat for everyone, and they were really upsetting. Like,
yeah, they were just unnecessarily rude. And like, how would we have known? There was nothing on the table. How would we know that somebody was sitting there?
imagine if it's someone that didn't speak Japanese at all. They would be so confused. They'd just be like, what's going on?
Yeah, but it's okay. We found another table, our own private table, so it ended up being a good thing.
Yeah, it was better to not sit there at the communal table. But, the longer I live here in Osaka, or I guess in Japan, the less patience I have for like rude people. And like, it's rare to find a rude Japanese person. You won't see that in Osaka. Yes, you will.
No, you will.
You will a lot, but mostly like the older men.
Yeah, but I feel like people in Osaka are more likely to say something. Like if we were the Japanese people in that situation, then like they'll be like, hey, what are you doing? That's rude. And then maybe argue about it. Osaka people are more confrontational compared to Tokyo people.
Yeah, because once that lady sat down, she was just quiet. She said nothing else. And I was like, keep it that way. Because you're going to say something and I'm going to say something and then it's going to get out of control. And then we'll end up in the news.
Yeah. We're foreigners, so it's going to be our fault no matter what at the end of the day.
We'll always be
Even
at
if
fault.
they had nothing on the table indicating they were sitting there.
That wouldn't be in the news. That wouldn't be part of the segment. She's like, look at these angry foreigners fighting it out with these nice Japanese ladies. I don't know. Those ladies were way too old to be acting that way, but got my childish side out.
Okay. Well, that's the story.
Yeah. There's rude people in Osaka. So,
Yeah, I've had encounters with rude people in Osaka too. The guys who were cutting the line for the train.
Yeah.
I don't stand for line cutting. So I just
No.
kept getting right back in front of them.
line cutting is an epidemic. That and the older man like going into the women's cart
Ah.
always happens.
Ah. Ah.
Every time. What else happens here? Did we talk about the butsukari?
Oh, that's a good point. I feel like Tokyo has way more butsukari otoko, or not even only men, because we saw that lady in Shibuya Crossing.
That was in Tokyo. The butsukari epidemic.
Shoulder ramming or shoulder checking.
Yeah, it's rampant, and like, I don't see it as much here. Like I'm always on the lookout. Like,
Yeah, I don't really travel during rush hour here, so I feel like it happens more at that time.
that's true.
'cause
It's got to
more
be
crowded.
morning and night.
Yeah, but there's definitely more of that happening in Tokyo.
We'll see. Maybe they'll do something about it now because it's going viral.
Hopefully. Yeah, people don't deserve to be shoulder checked for just walking down the street.
I know, like, we shouldn't take pictures as we walk. I know that's rude. But, like, it's a child in that case. I mean, even an adult or, like, an older person, like, or even a person you don't know if they have a disability or something. And you're just, like, abusing them. It's abuse. I don't know. They need to crack down on that. It's just such a hard crime to prove. He said, she said.
How do you prove that intent?
A lot of them just say, it was an accident. I didn't mean it.
Sorry, I just bumped into you.
They didn't. It's like the third person they bumped into that day. But we'll see. That's one of the issues we have here. We'll work on it. Violence is not the answer, guys.
Or is it? Just kidding. All right. Well, thank you for listening and watching. Let us know if you would rather live in Tokyo or Osaka. But the right answer is Osaka.
Yeah. Are you like a big T fan or like a O Town? What could it be?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Bye.
Bye.
Catch these Tokyo hands.
Tokyo Hands incident. The great Tokyo Hands incident. Am I clicking this? I'm trying to, but not click.
Yes.
Okay.
But then you started beating up the chair.
I had really intense. I'm like, Osaka!